Hello, everyone. Brett the Comic Novice here, and most of my looks at the solicits have been actually all DC Comics. And as I just barely did my unboxing video for May 2025, and the news about Lee Bermo basically getting ready to do a variant consistently for Amazing Spider-Man, I think I need to look at what my pool list for Marvel Comics is going to look like going forward. So here is my solicits look because at least my pull list is very minimal. It's Amazing Spider-Man, which I was thinking about dropping after issue 8 or so. But if Lee Bermo is going to be on a variant spree up until issue 33, I don't know. Maybe I need to take a little look at that and what else do I have besides some of the Ultimate Universe and Spider Boy? So, with that being said, I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel 2025 solicits for the month of September. And let's see. All right. So this comes from ATP, the full solicits. This is fascinating. I don't ever really remember Adventures in Poor Taste being the sole solicit viewer finder place, but for some reason it has been, and I couldn't find anything else. So let's see. I'm just gonna, yeah, okay. So the crossover that was announced that is not hidden by anybody else is the Deadpool Batman Deadpool. This is issue number 1, and if memory does serve me right, we do have a couple of variant covers. I will tell you, I'm very intrigued at getting this, Daredevil Green Arrow, and the funny thing about it is when I saw that crossover, I was, "That works." I think I'd be more apt for Nightwing and Daredevil, as a possible meet it. But I feel as though both characters are very similar in aspect, besides, one being blind, one not, that I guess it makes sense to kind of do a little bit more opposites for the said crossover. So with that, we do have, Zeb Wells, and we have obviously, according to this, more Greg Capullo, who has previously done Batman for with Scott Snyder. The main cover is done by Greg Capullo, and then obviously more to be announced. It'll be interesting to see how well Zeb Wells does. I actually had no problem with Zeb Wells and his writing when he took over for Spider-Man, when we had the Kelly Thompson, I think Cody Ziegler, Zeb Wells, and I think a couple other writers take over as a rotating um, tandem. But once, for some reason, I'm still not done with reading Zeb Wells' run. I stopped collecting after issue number 50 because, why waste and money on something that I was struggling to read to begin with, and then the constant criticism found on League of Comic Geek, as well as so many podcasters and YouTubers. So we have that crossover, which will be quite exciting. X-Men of Apocalypse Alpha, Jeff Loeb, who has come back into telling stories with, Hush 2 with Jim Lee from DC Comics. I'm not sure of what this is about. I'll have to check. Additional information solicits are believed to be whatever. All right. So um, the title is that from superstar Jeff Loeb and Simone DeMeo. I don't really like Simone DeMeo's Mio as art. They did the art for the Joshua Williamson Batman and Robin for the first 6 issues, and I was very glad to get them off. But according to the solicits, you can't miss this series that will change the X-Men forever until, it doesn't change them forever. You have Spider-Man 94, which this was one of my, the trio of comic book animated shows from my childhood. You had this one, you had X-Men 97, And then, of course, you had Batman the animated series. Batman being, at least in my opinion, the far superior one out of all of them. Then I'm not sure I'd be I think, this would be worth the price of you know, for picking up through the app or whatnot for, the monthly or the yearly fee. J.M. D. Mateus, I'm not sure if he did any of the writing, but it says after searching the ends of the multiverse, oh boy. Oh yeah, that's right. That's how the series ended. The spectacular and the radioactive webhead himself, aka Spider-Man, swings back into the streets of New York City with his beloved Mary Jane Watson in tow. Interesting, because I don't remember that being that way. Anyway, I'll have to give that a look. Probably again, most likely on the app for as part of my yearly subscription. You have Battle World, one of five, some variants. Okay. And me not being more into Marvel, I'm not sure what Battle World is. It says, slay your enemies, prove your worth, and all your desires shall be yours in the world to come. Heroes from across the multiverse, oh boy, more multiverse stuff, are thrown together on a patchwork world to engage their own secret war for survival. Okay. Ah, enter Maestro. Is he friend or foe? Okay. Well, um, yeah, I guess that's a series. Marvel Zombies. I've never read a single one of these. I'm not sure if they're any good. I've read the Deceased, which I appreciated, but wished it was kind of like called an end at a certain point in time. Just leave everybody in muck and mire and despair or whatnot. But I guess this is also a thing that you can uh I guess, enjoy. We got, of course, our Fantastic Four, I was going to say DC's Marvel Zombies variant, I believe, or main cover, probably because of the Fantastic Four movie coming out in July, and this is being released in September. So, you know, sense. The Punisher. Now, I did do a video on that revolving around the return of Frank Castle, which is gonna be quite interesting. This is a polybag edition. There is no 2 different editions, unlike Blood Hunt and, Blood Hunt polybag with more violence, whatever. This is just more violence. The one thing that has me, I believe, not really wanting to pick this up is it's Punisher, but it is one of 5. It is Benjamin Percy, who's done Wolverine, the X-Force. I believe he's done a couple other things. Again, only from my knowledge, not that have been reading those series, just from what I recall from listening to podcasts on comic books or whatnot. I'm I'm not sure I'm really I think I might trade wait for and I say that saying that I had already done a video revolving around Punisher and, you know, the struggles of having Frank Castle gone, having him returned, and then you have this, but it's just a mini series. And in a couple of the other videos I've done, I've talked about how I feel as though mini series are stuff that you almost would prefer, at least for me, not collect the whole series themselves, just kind of trade wait them out because there's nothing to, get super excited about an ongoing series. And so that's where I am with the Punisher Red Band 1 of 5, because I thought at one point in time the Red Band edition for Blood Hunt, and I can't find any of the information, but maybe I remember it wrong, but I feel as though they had promised that it was going to be the only way that you could ever have gotten the red band is if you got the poly bag. Okay, I was just trying to shrink that Post Malone thing, but whatever. So yeah, I might get it. I might get the foil logo variant or whatnot, but I think I might just trade weight this sucker. possibly. I don't know. I'll have to see and wait and find out. Godzilla destroys Marvel Universe. So again, with DC, we have the Justice League versus Kong versus Godzilla Part Two. With this one, we have Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. I know with the DC one, it's probably fun. Haven't even bought one issue of it. Not really interested. I think it could be fun, but maybe, not something that I actually want to. Oh, that's kind of a cool. That looks like the Green Power Rangers Dragon Zord, except with Iron Man's suit on, but probably a robot Godzilla mech type of a thing. It could be fun. I don't think I'll ever find out whether it is fun or not. This is obviously 3 of 5. Didn't even know that that was a thing. And then we have Imperial War Exiles, which I believe Imperial War or Imperial was a Jonathan Hickman 4-issue miniseries. And then you have, um, is this going to be a one shot? So Jonathan Hickman, Steve Fox, and this is from the pages of Imperial. Again, with all of this, and the main reason I was actually looking at picking up Imperial War or the Imperial series, but it was 4 issues long. But the last time that they did something like that featuring Jonathan Hickman was the Gods series, which I'd heard rumors that it was only gonna go 8. Some people said it was ongoing. It only went 8. It didn't sell well, and then they cut it off, and some people, from what I've heard, said that it just kind of, sped through the entirety of whatever it was, and there might not have been a conclusion. I don't know. I kinda stopped listening to podcasts on it because it just seemed the biggest complaint was it was so wordy and it was long and it didn't seem to go anywhere. But it was heralded as something that was going to change the Marvel Universe forever, and I think, again, as somebody who is a novice in the comic book reading, whenever you hear DC Comics is, this is gonna change the DC Comics forever, or this is gonna change, Marvel forever. I think there is a massive amount of skepticism where you should probably just, ignore what is being said and you just, wait it, wait for it to come out on the app or whatnot, because it's not gonna be worth maybe anything. If anything, you're gonna get a whole bunch of first appearances, and yay for that. So and then, oh, look, we got Imperial War Nova. So again, this is Jonathan Hickman. So it looks like a whole bunch of one shots. Doctor Strange. Oh, they're rebooting this. Who is going to be um the writer for Doctor Strange? This is interesting. Last time we had Jed McKay, and we have Derek for oh, this is this a reprint? This like the best of Derek Landy, Roger Stearns, J. Michael Straczynski, Christian Ward. What is this? As Turmoil seizes Asgard, Doctor Strange's life is about to change forever, but as he stands on the threshold of a true journey into mystery, it turns out the past isn't quite done with him yet. Fan favorite creators reveal untold tales. So are these like, stories that have been packed away, or are these brand new stories that are going to um oh, it is a one shot also, right? One shot, 4.99 for the 450 issue. That's quite sad. That's quite sad that you have Doctor Strange, who is a big character and has had a off and on consistent range of comics, only going 450, I guess. But in order to get 450, their celebratory one, they're not relaunching a number one. They're just doing a one shot. And so, I mean, I guess with a one shot and having classic creators come back, that will possibly drive people to want it. The Undead Iron Fist. Okay. Um, is that supposed to be some sort of connection to Ghost Rider? Let's see. The Book of Iron Fist declares that every Iron Fist will die by the age of 33, but wrote but who wrote created this who wrote created this false prophecy? Danny Rand was killed, but can you truly be killed? Okay, well, obviously, and also you're a comic book character, so can you really do that? Learn the truth about the legacy of Iron Fist as Danny Rand rises for more stuff out of the to snuff out those, sorry, that threaten the legacy before Danny runs out of time. And this is a miniseries 1 of 4. So again, I don't think it'd be something that I would be into. G. Will Wilson is writing a Black Cat series. I don't see of 2 of 3. So this could be an ongoing series until they cancel it at issue number 10, like they did so many X-Men books or whatnot. We have the reboot of Immortal Thor to just Thor for number 1. That is a really awesome cover right there with the blood covering the Thor's hammer. Um, let's see. Is that Derek Chu doing Loki? Who is Then you have Beta Ray Bill. That's a cool one. Beta Ray Bill right there. Who is this? So you have Fan Yang. Oh, so that is the Loki one. Okay, and then you have the iconic cover Todd Knock, covered by okay. All right. Might be worth getting the Beta Ray Bill one. That would be kind of cool. The Thunder Gods were hired to teach a simple lesson: make trouble for Roxon Construction, and they'll make trouble for you. Now, somebody's targeting the bike gang where they live. Somebody won't give up. Somebody's calling himself Thor. Oh, yeah, because issue number 25 was the death of a quote unquote god, right? Or death is in whatever. All new Spider Gwen, Ghost Spider. Um, the I've never been a Spider Gwen person. The cover art, none of these look, huh? Alex Ross cover that makes a whole lot of sense for um Spider Gwen, I guess you could say. Not even being close to Spider Gwen, unless blonde, uh, long haired, shirtless guy. Stephanie Phillips writing. Okay, it looks like possibly ongoing until it's not. Uncle Scrooge, Earth's Mightiest Duck, 2 of 4. That sounds like something to be fun to read, but I'm not going to read the solicits. The World to what? Marvel Knights, The World to Come. Oh, Joe Quesada and Christopher Priest. Christopher Priest writing, Joe Quesada on art, wraparound cover. So it says full scope of this vision comes into focus as the whole world of Marvel Universe faces the world to come. Do not underestimate Kedama. The world is all tied up in knots, and only solution may be blowing the whole damn thing up. Okay. I mean, Christopher Priest, that's an interesting situation right there. That is an interesting creator coming back and doing some stuff. Haven't seen that for a while. You have Captain America issue number 2. This, a whole bunch of variants. This is the Chip Zdarsky. Oh no, this is number 3. Chip Zdarsky's reboot of that, the origin of Doom. So I guess I wonder if they're connecting into one world under Doom, or they're just trying to get the splash over, um, for the Fantastic Four as well as the future Avengers movie. So, Ultimate Black Panther. Now, when I did my unboxing, I was talking about how I'm mildly disappointed about the Ultimate Books possibly coming to an end with issue 25. Again, I believe it's probably going to be rebooted, or not 25, 24. Then they'll probably have some sort of like mini crossover type of situation. But it's already got me to the point where I'm not going to pick up the Hawkeye one shot. I've not been following the X-Men just because like Peach Momoko's art just doesn't you know, work for me. And that I have been appreciating Black Panther. Issue number, I believe, 11 of the Ultimates was almost a deal breaker going forward. And I think it's going to be quite interesting to see the Spider-Man. What is it? The um, oh, Hawkeye. Yeah, there's this one. This one was on my pre-order for this month, but it got pushed. Does it get pushed back to September? The Spider-Man Incursion. I'm going to be interested to find out what happens with the Spider-Man Incursion, to find out what um, is going to occur. I believe, what is this? This is a 6 issue, 5 issue mini. Okay. So Miles Morales continues his quest for Billy, even though the Maker's Council foils him at every stop. What will happen when he runs into the Council's most ruthless ma- uh, rulers, Magic Colossus and Omega Red? All right. So it could be interesting. You have Ultimate Spider Man. I've off and on been reading this. I do appreciate one thing regarding Marvel is the ability to, not having read everything single thing, and the summary synopsis of what you've missed at the very front of the page. I think I do appreciate that it's not like what Jonathan Hickman was doing when he was doing the X-Men or whatnot, where it was just this sterile blah index page or whatever, and it seemed more formal, more business, and whereas oftentimes now it's just, here's what's been going on. Now you're in the know. Now we're continuing on. So I think I'm gonna I'm gonna keep on going with the Ultimate Spider-Man, because if anything else, you have the Marco Cicchetto art, which normally is there. You also have the Jonathan Hickman story, which has been, from what I've been picking up, pretty good. And then of course you have Spider-Man. The tiresome thing is the 4.99 cover price. And then you have the Ultimates, which um the maker is only 3 months away. So the Ultimates, that would be, according to this, if each one of these comics is a month, that is going to be issue number 20, right? Or maybe 19. And then you have 5 issues left for the Ultimates, for the maker to make his return. But that is if each one of these issues is a month, or they're talking about, what is it? Is it a month as in comic book time, a month, which would be real lifetime? Or is this a 3 months in comic book time, meaning that 2 issues could, be a day or a couple days combined together? It's gonna be quite interesting to find out. This is a can't miss street level adventures from the Ultimate new recruits. Oh boy. And then you have the Ultimate X-Men, which again have not followed along with whatsoever. So I'm not even gonna bother that. The Ultimate Wolverine, the first 3 issues got me to the point where I'm like, "I don't think I wanna pick this up. I'll just kind of read it as a part of my subscription," because I'm not sure where it's going to lead. I do appreciate Chris Condon, but it just almost seems like he's being brainwashed, and it's always, "Oh, by the way, he's also brainwashed." So, yeah, this one is, so issue number 9, so there's 3 more issues left. Somebody missed, actually capitalized something that they shouldn't have. Anyway, with Wolverine reunited with the opposition, it is time to hit back at Colossus, Magic, and Omega Red, and hit hard. But the opposition isn't prepared for the horrors that awaits them when they attack a factory secretly producing powerful android soldiers. So I guess we're going to be introduced to the Sentinels, possibly. Okay. Fantastic Four. Um, we have number 3. So this is the rebooted series from Ryan North. That right there. This What If Mickey, I really love the What If ones from the Amazing Spider-Man during the Zeb Wells era. I basically picked all of them up, and this looks fantastic. I really like this mock-up of, was it issue number 173 of Fantastic Four. What if Mickey and friends became the Fantastic Four. That just looks fun cover-wise. Story-wise, I got burned out of Ryan North and the Fantastic Four story by issue number 11, at which point I stopped. This one is, One World Under Doom, I guess. Oh, yeah. One World Under Doom. So there is that banner at the very top. So, for me, I think I'd obviously have to pass on that because I'm not reading One World Under Doom, which again, I think goes against when you have these constant um, crossovers within the main story. Again, see Miles Morales' Spider Man's book. You have so many crossovers from its inception. After issue number 5, you had the Carnage crossover. You had the um, um, what is it? Two of the Spider-Man ones, the Gang War and then the other one. Like, and then I believe there's another one that is crossing over. Oh, then you have Blood Hunt and the repercussions of, Miles Morales being a vampire. And so I just think that there's all of these crossovers within these main ongoing titles really just hurt the ongoing title. It makes you just kind of want to pass on it. Anyway, Runaways number 4. I have no idea what Runaways are, so let me get this. Have Gert's training lessons with self-doubting Nico finally paid off? Is her power reclaimed? Will Carolina and her unlikely ally be able to find Nico and the rest of the Runaways before a much larger threat? And has Doombots, again, this one also has the One World Under Doom um, whatever it is, the top third title. And again, I have to pass on it. You have the superior Avengers, and I guess to Marvel's credit, this is where making a omnibus once the whole entirety of this event is done basically pays off because then you can, maybe read the gang wars in the order in which they believe it should be read. You do have the whatever it was, the one with Ben Riley, Chasm versus, Spider-Man, that crossover, that event that you had, I can't think of what it was called, but they have both of those out in omnibuses so that you can read it the way in which it was intended, and I think that, with all of these one-shots, with all of these tie-ins, I think that's probably almost the only way that you could possibly read it and not just be annoyed with it. One World Under Doom, 7 of 9. So there's 2 more months left. So this is, September. So One World Under Doom doesn't end until, November, right? Yeah, that would be issue number 9. And from what I recall in my early listening to comic book YouTube and comic book podcasts is generally the events would occur in summertime to draw in people, and then they would have another event a little while later. But this event seemed to have started in spring and gone through all of summer and ending in fall. So this is a pretty long event. Be kind of curious to see if they decide to um, how they're gonna collect this, if they're gonna have just a super, like, over 1,000-page omnibus or what. I won't be picking it up. But, you have One World Under Doom, the Red Hulk. I don't know if this is a, Benjamin Percy. I think this is a ongoing. So, the One World Under Doom is, maybe sidetracking this, Red Hulk run. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it's of whatever until, they cancel it secretly at issue number 12 or so. Avengers, you have, I bet you, is this a One World Under Doom? There's no like little byline at the very top. So you have the Avengers hunting for missing moment takes them to the last place anyone would ever expect. The ruins of Hickman's Secret Wars, where the Marvel zombies await. And while so is this a whole bunch of crossovers featuring a whole bunch? That's interesting. I did appreciate the first story arc of Jed McKay's Avengers. The second one, not so much, and then I just left right after that. Then you have Amazing Spider-Man, and this is again why I'm doing this look at because the news, I believe, of let's see, where is it? I don't have it up. Anyway, the news of Lee Bermo, who is basically going to be doing variants for Amazing Spider-Man starting at issue number 11, I think all the way to issue 33, which would take them to issue 1000 of Amazing Spider-Man. Part of me is just like, I always appreciated the Batman ones, but at certain times they didn't fit right at times, and so I'd pick one up and not pick the next one up. But so far with the 3 that I've already seen going forward, I think I'm in for a couple of these, if not more of them. So I'm curious. I was about ready to stop Amazing Spider-Man because of this the whole alien or space Spider-Man as well as the Earthbound one with the two different, very different artist styles. You have Pepe Larraz and John Romita Jr. Let's see. So it says Spidey goes cosmic. A tale of two Spider-Men. One Spider-Man swings around New York City, meeting out justice and unfriendly manner. Another Spider-Man is found in a distant solar system, running with strange companions. One such companion, a stranger named Simbi. I wonder if he is on Pride Rock or oh, you've got to freaking be kidding me. Oh my word. So issue number 11. There's it's is it is this 975? Why is it 64 pages and 7.99? Or is this just because it has to be the jumping on point for the two distinct stories going for? Maybe I won't. Okay, let's just see what the next one is. Here is the next Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, look, we got Spider-Boy. And okay, where is this? What is this? Okay, so now we go back to 32 pages, 4.99. Okay. All right, Spider-Man has gone too far now. His greatest allies must stop him before it's too late. Is the issue number 12. So, I guess issue number 11 is the jumping on point, I guess, for this cosmic and also earthbound adventure. Okay. Spider Girl, which I did not know was a thing until I wish I would have been able to pick up issue number 1, but didn't know it was a thing until I, yeah, whatever. And Torn Grumbeck is the writer, which I think um I, she did okay with Thor. I started off issue, I think 69 for Catwoman, pretty good, but not really enamored with them since then. Then you have Venom, back, Black, White, and Blood, one of those things with various. Oh, Eric Larson is writing and also drawing. Interesting. The legendary Eric Larson reveals an untold skirmish between Spider Man and Venom in the early days of their rivalry. Okay. Then you have Eddie Brock Carnage. That's not too shabby of a cover. All right. And then you have Charles Soule who's writing it. Yeah, I don't think I want to pick up this. The all new Venom with Mary Jane as Venom until she's not. Yeah, don't have any interest in that. Spider Man and Wolverine. That's an interesting cover right there. Hmm. That one might be worth. Oh, Mark Guggenheim, issue number 5. I don't know how many issues there are, so maybe not. Miles Morales, Spider Man. Again, I, I I thought it started off very strong, very interesting, and then it I think fell flat on its face. The New Avengers. What issue are we on with the New Avengers? Issue number 4. Sam Humphries. Last time I saw his name was with I think he did a Harley Quinn with DC, I believe. Never read a Harley Quinn comic that I liked. So Spider Verse versus Venom Verse. Kyle Higgins, who is doing the Massive Verse. I hope that is good. I don't know. Gwenpool. All right. Deadpool and Wolverine. Three of Three by Cody Ziegler. All right. Uncanny X-Men by Gail Smoke. To issue 20. I swear they just barely rebooted that sucker just the other day. The Uncanny X-Men. Okay. Oh, so it's being shipped monthly or bi-monthly. So Exceptional X-Men by E-Viewing. I, I I struggle with liking the X-Men. Oh, that one. That one might be worth picking up right there. The uh, timeless Alex Ross variant. Let's see. It might not be worth reading, but it might be worth picking up. All right. And Storm, I guess, issue number 12. I haven't read a single thing of these. Storm is my favorite X-Men person, I guess you could say. Magic, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna guess that they're probably an X-Men though, because I thought I saw their name a couple other places. Hmm. I don't mean to body shame this person, but um, yeah. Um, oh, so it's not shipping. I don't think some of these are shipping monthly, bi-monthly. I think some of them are getting ready to be shipped later. You have Phoenix, which I've never met a Phoenix storyline that has been good. I haven't read the original one, but everything, every time that they do something for a movie or a TV show, it just ends up destroying the franchise. So whenever I see Phoenix, I just think of, franchise killer. Mortal Hulk, that's an interesting cover right there. But again, like I said previously, I think I'm gonna have to wait this out because it just seems like it is just such a long story that oh, let's see. All right. It says, lured into a trap by his enemies, Hulk is guided through a mysterious subterranean graveyard by none other than Betsy Ross. But something about Betsy is not as it seems. Win or lose, Hulk's only road now leads to the prison of the monster of horrors. A classic Hulk nemesis returns in this issue, and the origin of the mother of horrors is revealed, leading directly into an explosive landmark issue of Incredible Hulk 30. Okay. So issue number 29. I'll tell you, that main cover right there might be worth just picking up itself. And I don't know, Jeff the Land Shark. I have no idea who that is. I'm just going to guess it's just a Deadpool-like character that is an animated shark. That's what I'm going to guess. I don't know. Um, Emma Frost, the White Queen. I don't know who that is. I'm going to guess probably an X-person, X-Man, or whatnot. Fantastic Four retro cover, number 9, X-Men facsimile retro cover, Chris Claremont, John Burns. That's kind of that's neat. I do like picking those up. They're reprinting Civil War by Mark Millar. That's issue number 2, Fax Facsimile. And I think Edge of the Venomverse. Come on, can we just be done with this? I thought we killed it. I thought we killed the Venomverse. I thought it was done. Vision and the Scarlet Witch, K. Death of the Silver Surfer. I wanted to pick up the first one, but I didn't, and I forgot. And then I'll just have to wait for it. Daredevil. Okay. I was gonna just trade. I was also trade waiting that sucker. Let's see. Finale variant. What? Are we done? Wilson Fisk's days of pity are over as he returns to Hell's Kitchens, rife with sacrilege. It's up to the Daredevils. So we're still having Matt and Elektra. Okay. Put aside their differences to stop Kingpin's blasphemy. Okay. Final variant cover. So, final variant cover for Aaron Cooter. So, there is going to be a Lee Barrymore variant cover. Oh, I'll have to look to see what that looks like. That could be pretty cool. Helverine, sure. The Thing, 5 of 5. Tony Flex. I did like his one from Image. I can't think of what it's called. Then you have Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu. Oh, wouldn't that be great if we had a Lee Barrymore variant cover for Moon Knight? We do not. Predator, Black, White, and Blood. Sure. Predator kills the Marvel Universe. Sure, why not? Boba Fett, Black, White, and Blood. Sure. Han Solo, Hunt for the Falcon, Winter Soldier. Just kidding. That'd be funny though. Yeah, sure. I'm not enamored by, currently the only thing that I'm seeing really going for Marvel for September 2025 is the Lee Barrymore covers. I Oh, that would be so cool to get a Lee Barrymore of Darth Vader. Sign me up for that. But I guess that is the conclusion for the Marvel solicits for September 2025. What are you looking at getting? Am I just only enamored by the Lee Barrymore covers that I can't really see anything? I did not see Spider Boy in that. Did they cancel that in August? I'm gonna have to go check that out. I saw Spider Girl. I did not see Spider Boy. Interesting. All right. Well, tell me what you like. What are you gonna pick up? What do you recommend? Are you in on this One World Under Doom? Are you skipping all of the stuff of One World Under Doom just like I am because it just seems to be filler? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. Until next time, I'll see you in the dollar section where we can easily probably pick up some One World Under Doom comic tie-ins. Thanks for watching. Bye.